Ladies and gentlemen, if you found yourself in the Chicago area this weekend, there's a good chance that you might have been dodging bullets because as of right now, and by the way, happy Labor Day. I don't know what people normally do, but up here in Canada, before the CFL became woke trash, it is some of the greatest, absolute greatest matchups that you're going to find out there of just year over year. You know, you have your two big matchups that normally play on the day. You got, well, actually there's three that were there. It was always the Battle of Alberta. You had the Edmonton Eskimos, and you had the Calgary Stampeders, and you had the Toronto Argonauts, and you had the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and then you also had what was always reliably a good game, even if the two teams stunk at different points. You had the Saskatchewan Roughriders, and you had the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. But hey, the CFL stinks, and we just talked about them a couple of days ago, and that's more publicity than they've gotten a long fucking time, even on this minuscule channel. But oh, we'll come back to Chicago anyways, because that's not the final death toll, because they have an entire day still. So who knows, we still could be in for another evening of just barbecue cookouts and just a couple of errand shots ring through the windy air like it is here today. Quite fucking breezy, so if you hear anything in the background, it's that and not just your normal dose of hot air for me. So we'll talk about Chicago in a little bit, because something great actually happened in Chicago, but we'll be talking about that in the third video today. First, we got to get through all the minutia of horseshit that happened over the weekend, and ugh, god, there's a bunch of crap that I really don't want to think about, but hey, it's important and we got to get the fucking information out there now, don't we? Taliban is holding American citizens hostage and Afghan allies as well, because of course they are. You left the people there, you know they were there, you let the Taliban know that they were there and who they are, and here's all of their fucking data on convenient little scanners. How are they not going to be taken hostage? Fuck's sakes, dude. Representative Michael McCaul, how would he know this? The top Republican in the House Intelligence Committee said on the weekend broadcast of Fox News Sunday that the Taliban were holding American citizens hostage and Afghan allies as well. Chris Wallace, on Friday, Secretary of State Blinken, under questioning from reporters, refused to say how many Americans, how many Afghan allies have gotten out of the country since the United States pulled our forces out on Monday. As the top Republican on the House Foreign Affairs Committee, how do you know, or how can you answer that? This guy looks like he talks like Newt Gingrich, so I don't know that accent, and we'll just go into it. Anyways, you know, I've given the answer in the classified space, but it's in the hundreds. Wow. We have hundreds of American citizens left behind enemy lines in Afghanistan as I speak, and also, very sadly, the interpreters who worked with our special forces, almost all of them were left, almost all of the fucking allies that were there. You knew that they'd be target number one because they're seen as traitors for helping out the evil imperialist forces from America, my friend, so you would probably have to look after those. But hey, don't worry, we got like 50,000 Afghans out, don't worry about it, that are asking for fucking chain immigration, like it says right here, yeah, demand chain migration for extended families. None of them helped with the fucking effort, but they're all here. Don't worry about it. We're good guys, right? And fucking Canada's gonna be settling like 5,000 of the motherfuckers. Yeah, cool, great. Oh, we'll talk more about Canada in the second video, because this place is, if anybody would like to adopt a 31-year-old child, that seems to fit the bill, you know, because they'll just tell you that there's kids that came over that were in a whole bunch of problems. Well, you know, maybe I'll just go down like, there's a kid who has a whole bunch of problems right now, and maybe you'd just like to come and get him out of Canada before, you know, he gets fucking shuffled off to some camp. Just give it enough time. Anyways, enough about the doomer talk, and that was a promise that the president made. I've said all along, the resident has blood on his hands. Oh, it should be president. You guys, fucking copy editor. Come on now. And this last week, we had 13 servicemen and women come home, flag draped coffins at Dover Air Base. Yeah, I seen all the coverage that was there, definitely. This problem is going to get worse, not better, and we left them behind. That's the basic creed of the military. Well, yeah, no man left behind. That's the basic creed. But yeah, Biden, you know, as commander-in-chief, apparently that doesn't mean anything. That just means go and spend your time in Delaware for the long weekend. But again, apparently that's been, I don't know, rescinded. Now he's back at the White House. I don't know what to fucking say about this, dude. You should be dealing with the fucking tragedies that are on your plate before you, okay? Because right now there are simultaneously how many different crises going on in the United States, or at least within the control, the purview of the United States, the president's office directly. You got Hurricane Ida absolutely destroying the Northeast, or at least New York and New Jersey. You got the crisis in Afghanistan. Obviously, you have a pandemic, which you guys don't want to let end ever, but Biden can still fly to and fro because he's the president, I guess. I don't know, and he can't sleep in the fucking West Wing. Buy him a fucking new memory foam mattress or something. I don't know. Or just let him sit on the fucking front porch and let Kamala just fucking run shit. I don't know if that would be worse or better at this point. And then you're saying that you're going to be activating all of the Department of Justice and a whole of government effort to stop the evil authoritarians in Texas not letting people fucking scrape out their kids. And Portland, I don't know why they have this sack of shit here, because he would be a prime candidate for being aborted, even though it's like, what, 50 years too late? But that's not too far for some people. Portland to ban travel to, trade with, Texas in protest of new anti-abortion law. Why? You guys, if you actually... Yeah, they don't read. Why am I fucking trying to reason with these assholes? And by the way, what do you trade... It's like nobody wants anybody from fucking Portland or from... No, just from Portland. There's a lot of great people in Oregon. I won't discourage any of them. But travel from Portland to Texas? People in Texas want that pipeline closed anyway, so you're just doing them a favor. And what are you going to trade with them? Bad music and fucking shitty skunk weed that they could just get better stuff that's coming over the fucking border because Biden won't do anything about the crisis that's happening down at the U.S.-Mexico border anyways? Okay, yeah, that makes it fucking nice, easy for there. Things that he should be taking care of instead of just flying back and forth and, I need a rest or I need to play Mario Kart. Fucking Biden. City officials in Portland, Oregon plan to ban travel to Texas over the southern state recently enacted anti-abortion law. What? It affects like a 0.0% of people. And it affects how many people in Portland are negatively affected by an abortion ban that doesn't take in effect until after 6 weeks of impregnation. Like, what the fuck? Until you can detect a heartbeat. How many people does that affect specifically in Portland? That fucking many people. Oh my god, but let's see how these morons fucking try to rationalize this dumb shit. Portland City Council is scheduled to vote on September 8th, oh good, a couple of days from now, an emergency motion that would ban the city from procuring goods or services from Texas, in addition to blocking city workers from traveling there. What are you guys sending there to begin with, okay? This is just mostly symbolic. Like, who gives a fuck? Ban will be in effect until the state of Texas withdraws its unconstitutional ban on abortion or until it is overturned in court. Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler, who's definitely going to be taking a hard stand against Antifa. Just don't look at the riots that continue to happen or the violence that happens in the street. Just feel free to check out any of Andy No's platforms because there's been some horrific shit happening there. It just hasn't had, a proper time for me to really spotlight any of that because, just running back that story is kind of like continuing to tell you that Joe Biden is not a very good president. It just kind of gets stale at a certain point. The Texas law, which went into effect on September 1st, I know, and we're never going to hear the end of it, and it's just going to be the justification, like I've told you guys before, to stack the fucking courts because they're going to have to go ahead and fucking get that one rolling too because they're going to be losing in the midterms and they're going to get fucking spastic after that. Anyways, it requires doctors to try to detect a fetal heartbeat before an abortion is performed. I'm sure some of them will be just, real on the up and up and use the old cardboard tube right to the fucking tummy and then just, can't hear anything. If heartbeat is detected, doctors are prohibited from ending a pregnancy. Sure, yeah. And see, there's even the fucking easy cop-out unless they deem not doing so would threaten a pregnant mother's life. Or incest, or rape, or whatever the fuck else you want to put out there. Those are those caveats that are built into the fucking bill because it's not a full abortion ban like some morons fucking think it is. And I don't know why you're trying to go after fucking murder laws because eventually you just want to work it up to just be full-blown fucking eugenics. But hey, that's always been the left's cause du jour anyways. That's normally at the bedrock of most of this shit. Abortion providers say that between 85% and 90% of all abortions in Texas are blocked by the new law. Oh, okay, so what? They stand to lose a few bucks? Officials aren't allowed to enforce the provisions. Instead, private citizens can bring lawsuits against doctors who allegedly violate the provision or people who allegedly aid and abet illegal abortions. Paging Doc Martin. Doc Martin, you're needed in the waiting room at the bottom of the stairs. So we got Chicago being shot up. We got Afghanistan continuing to be a disaster with more hostages. Imagine that. You got Portland sucking. And you got Joe Rogan being, I don't know, tested negative for the Coof in 3 days' time. It's just horse medicine, guys. Podcaster and comedian Joe Rogan revealed he had tested negative for COVID-19 days after confirming he contracted the disease. Tested negative today. Thanks for all the kind wishes. Unless, of course, you're a journalist or one of those weirdos on Twitter who just wished he would have got a lot sicker or fucking died because they're just evil people, okay? There's no redeeming some people. They're just so ideologically possessed. I don't like Joe Rogan. I think he's a bit of a hack, and I don't find his stand-up that funny, but at the same time, he is a great commentator of fights in the UFC, and he is an engaging conversationalist, and I wish him nothing but the best, and he has the biggest fucking podcast out there, and he's wildly successful for a reason. He's just not my cup of tea. I don't wish him any harm. I'm glad that he's a lot better, okay? I'm glad that he tested negative after 3 fucking days. I've seen the effects of this fucking thing. It sucks for a lot of people, but those people that it affects terribly adversely aren't the healthiest people I've ever seen in my life. So it's no wonder he beat this. He kicked this in 3 days. Dude is in incredible fucking shape. He has a lot of money, and he's not afraid to take a couple of chances. And apparently his doctor recommended some really fucking high-end shit, and that's great. About 2 days before that, Rogan confirmed he had contracted the virus and was taking a variety of medications for it. We immediately threw the kitchen sink at it. All kinds of meds, Rogan said. Monoclonal antibodies, ivermectin, dun dun dun. We'll get to that a little bit more in a minute. Z-Pak, prednisone, everything. And I also got an NAD drip and a vitamin drip. Those administered by IV, something like that. I don't know. Rogan said he underwent such treatment for 3 days. After Rogan's announcement that he's using ivermectin, several media outlets published pieces against the comedian and accused him of promoting the drug. That was his statement there. He said he was taking a whole bunch of stuff. And then a couple days later, he said that he tested negative. Where in that was the promotion? We went over everything in a couple of videos ago. Again, I'm not recommending anything here either, but that's not stopping these hacks in the fucking media from trying to, I don't know, wish the worst on Rogan? Like trying to smear him for being in good shape and for fucking surviving? God, these people are terrible. Several states in India earlier this year began treating COVID patients with a drug of unspecified origin and name. The FDA and other federal health agencies last month began issuing warnings about taking ivermectin for COVID-19, saying that there had been reports of people consuming the livestock version of the drug. Yeah, in the wake of Rogan's diagnosis and announcement, Rolling Stone used to be a fucking music magazine, but now they're just a total fucking propaganda outlet, published a report claiming that Oklahoma's hospital emergency rooms are swelling with people overdosing on ivermectin. I seen this run late Saturday, and I didn't know how it finished up. It's like, that just seems like fucking bullshit, okay? You picked Oklahoma, one of like 2 states in the entire country who voted completely Republican across the board in just about every fucking major election category in 2020. Every county voted red. There was like 2 states. I can't even remember what the other one was, but it was Oklahoma. Like, for them to pick one specific state, like, they couldn't have fucking drawn this up any better. So I just smelt work of fiction. Turns out it is. The article cited Oklahoma ER doctor Dr. Jason McCaul, who claimed gunshot victims are having issues accessing ER facilities in Oklahoma due to ivermectin overdose cases. And that's where we're going to go into the fact that, boy, there's been a lot of lies and cover-ups and just absolute cover being run for Biden and his fucking flunkies over the past 8 months. Oh, come on, let's just back it up a little bit. 5 fucking years? Probably a lot longer than that. Actually, definitely a lot fucking longer than that, but it's really ratcheted up here within, in the past 8 months or so. Lies, omissions, and false fact checks. A banner week for media disinformation. Last week was fucking terrible. We just about touched on all of them, but then, wrap it up with this ivermectin story. Oh, there's so many stupid fucking hillbillies in Oklahoma who didn't know that it's a deworming drug for horses. So now they're hearing gunshot victims can't get a fucking bed. Jesus Christ. You people think that we're that stupid? You project that onto everybody else. You always think that everybody who doesn't think exactly like you do is too fucking dumb. I was so happy yesterday before I had to think of all this shit, but it directly affects you, so you need to fucking know it. And that's what's just fucking annoying. Last week, USA Today decided to fact-check reality. Yes, presented with a photo of President Biden checking his watch during the return of dead U.S. service members to American soil. Reporter David Funke said that that it was wrong. Don't believe your lying eyes. No, Funke insisted Biden only checked his watch after the ceremony was over. Yeah, I've seen the 40-second clip. I thought that, yeah, okay, if he only checked his watch once, if there wasn't more to this clip, then, yeah, okay, he checked it once. It just looked like a regular fucking occurrence. No. After every fucking body, it looks like at least 5 times. Another report said that no, it was after every single body came off the plane. Somebody who was defending the country that you're apparently supposed to be in charge of running. You fucking cocksucker. And calamity. Pictures revealed that Biden checked his watch at least 3 times. I thought it was at least 5, but okay, 3. At least 3 times. Funke was forced to fact-check his fact-check, which he did grudgingly as a clarification. It said that, yeah, it was true. And we had that, yeah, and here was the fact-check. The story was updated September 2nd to note that Biden checked his watch multiple times after the dignified transfer event, including during the ceremony itself. The rating of this claim has been changed from partly false to missing context. Yeah, and then when we ran through that fucking article, which was a disaster anyways, what was their fact check? It's like, Orange Man bad. And it's like, no. We're asking about Biden. Don't fucking bring in Trump in this one, you fucking dickheads. What context? The only one that can think of context that makes Biden look bad, and we can't have that. No, exactly. In the summer of 2020, USA Today ran a fact check that claimed that the 94 crime bill, strongly promoted by then Senator Joe Biden, and for a long fucking time, did not bring mass incarcerations to black Americans. Oh my God. Funny, lots of people on the left don't think that it's a lie, and USA Today's reasoning is based on the analysis by the Brennan Center for Justice that called the bill's legacy complicated. Oh, that's one way to put it. You can just take a look at incarceration rates and realize that around, somewhere around 94, 95, there started to be a disproportionate effect on certain populations, but hey, if you want to call that complicated, we can meet in the middle. Fucking lying dicks. Nothing I hate more than a liar. Might be a scummy human being, but if you're scummy consistently, I at least know where you're at. But if you're going to be a liar, if you're going to be disingenuous whenever you think that it's politically expedient for you, you can go fuck yourself. Yet Facebook's own Instagram, citing USA Today, banning people expressing their opinion as false information. That's why I don't use Instagram. That's why I don't use Facebook. Coming just months before the 2020 election, this was a blatant example of the USA Today trying to stifle Biden criticism. When you can't fact check, meanwhile, just ignore the New York Times and CNN did not cover Biden's impatience at all. It sounds like a broken record these days, and you can imagine what it would have happened if Trump had checked his watch at a military funeral. Yeah, we ran that scenario a whole bunch of times. CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, NBC, avoid Biden's bombshell. Phone call touched on that. Was that the Sunday video? Yeah, he called. He had a very, very, very spicy conversation with that fucking crook, $169 million man, Ashraf Ghani. He's still the president of Afghanistan, right? Where is he? Don't know. Since the Times showed exactly how different they treats the two presidents in the party, we all remember the Help Me Out Here Ukraine phone call that led to Trump's first impeachment, which was not nearly as fucking bad because they were just Trump's people were just trying to get to the fucking bottom of the Hunter Biden laptop, which is still, don't worry, under open investigation, wink wink, nudge nudge, with the FBI since 2019, and they're gonna get to the bottom of it real fucking soon. Sure. Well, Reuters reveals that Biden had an Afghanistan help me out here phone call to President Ashraf Ghani, asking him to say the Taliban weren't winning, whether it's true or not. We need to change the optics, man. It works for me. What? You don't have a whole bunch of billion-dollar companies running cover for you? Come on, man. Here's the deal. Change the optics. Biden was desperate to keep his timetable to pull out of the country before 9/11, and yes, to benefit him politically. Yeah, exactly. He wanted to have the whole fucking flag-waving ceremony. He wanted to walk into Saturday's 20-year anniversary. Holy 20 fucking years since those two towers came down. Wow. Times have changed, but man, all the big players are there. I'll do something special for that day because it's the day that kind of changed everything, no, didn't it? Anyways, but you want to read about that second phone call in the Times? Joseph A. Wolfson of Fox News notes that only the Times willfully ignoring the call. So are, yes, the same host of alphabet companies, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, and CBS. It's not a scandal, yeah, because they don't bother covering it. And yes, now we're going to go to that Rolling Stone magazine running that Oklahoma hillbillies are overdosing on horse medicine. Lol, 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 lol. They probably fuck their cousins. Ran a story saying that rural hospitals were flooded with people who overdosed on ivermectin, a horse dewormer, being promoted as thing I can't say. Fucking ugh. YouTube, then tube directly to the sewer. To the point that gunshot victims were being turned away. Other outlets rushed to pick this up because, hey, look at these hicks. Exactly. Turns out it wasn't true. Oh my God. And the one person, Rolling Stone, quoted didn't actually work at the hospital. What? A doctor just trying to politicize something? Oh my God. If you probably just took a look at his fucking social media history, there's probably a whole bunch of posts that are just orange man bad. I won't take the Trump cure. And then a couple months later, if everybody doesn't get jabbed, they need to be rounded up and put on train cars and gassed. It just continues to be the same shit over and over and over again. And the post brings up a great point here. This is Rolling Stone, the same people who ran the Duke lacrosse gang rape story, right? Oh, the Duke lacrosse team hired a bunch of strippers and gang raped them. Oh, wait, that didn't happen? Now pundits will say this isn't a big deal because using ivermectin isn't a good idea. But by printing outrageous lies, Rolling Stone undermines its own cause and makes it harder for the medical profession to build trust. So you just lie, okay? You let the story circulate for a few hours, a couple of days. It gets all of the fucking headlines. You can just go, ha, 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 look at the inbreds. And then, yeah, a couple of days later, at like a fraction of the coverage, you can just issue your correction that, oh yeah, this was a total work of fiction. Lol, gotcha. We already got our clicks. A couple of people will pick it up. A couple of people will cover it. That, yeah, these crooked motherfuckers have been doing this shit over and over and over again. And hey, don't worry. If they're not crooked, they're just going to outright fucking slander the rest of everybody. Because you got CNN's Jim Acosta, Jim Abilio. Changed his last name just because it's a little bit more presentable on television. Fucking sack of shit. Mega ban. What does that mean? You're banning people who are supportive of the idea of making America great again? Has become the American Taliban. Okay, so now, okay. Here, let me just figure this out here for a minute. Okay, you're trying to say that anybody with right-leaning thoughts, ideas, perceptions of the world and how it should be run are akin to the Taliban. And then with the other hand, you're giving Taliban spokespeople the fucking time and effort to interview them and say that they are a kinder, gentler version of the Taliban. You can't have both, you fucking lying cunts. But you can, because you control the narrative, right? Totally control the narrative. Combination of theocracy and thugocracy. That's not even a word, okay? But you're too stupid to know that. But don't worry, it'll trend because that's all you guys care for. You just fucking pander to the weirdos on Twitter who don't fucking leave their caves. CNN anchor Jim Acosta. Anchor around the neck of CNN. Said Saturday that Newsroom, is that his show? That the right in America has become like the American Taliban, which he named Mega Ban. Ooh, that's very catchy. It just rolls off the tongue. Things Jim Acosta does for a raise for $500, Alex. Acosta said leading figures on the far right. Can you name any of these people, or are you just going to use these fucking vague ideas and vague descriptions out there to just grab a whole swath of people? Exactly like the kind of wording that was in the article from CNN from a few days ago that we covered as well. They just use these blanket terms. It's like, all right-wingers are bad because they're all racist and evil. It's just like, are you going to tell us who it is? Oh, it was Vice's article. Yeah, breaking down, the white supremacy. It was Vice. And there was one with CNN. I don't really care. They're all fucking crooks. Okay, yeah, leading figures on the far right, define the far right, have been sounding the alarm on Afghanistan evacuees all week. Yeah, because you aren't getting the people that matter. The refugees are coming. No, they're already here. 50,000 of them are here. Tard. He continued, over on Fox, a human manure spreader Tucker Carlson, oh, clout chasing, are ya? Has floated yet another race-baiting conspiracy theory that tens of thousands of Afghan refugees are being sent over to this country in order to change the outcome of elections. I'm sure that's exactly what he said verbatim, and you're not trying to spin that at all. Acosta then played clips of Tucker Carlson, Representative Madison Cawthorn. Oh, the fuck? You're picking on a disabled person. You're just fucking fake Mexican. Discussing bloodshed, and House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy and Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. Wow, you're really fucking punching up on this one, pal. Oh, people that get better ratings than you, I understand. Urging telecommunication companies not to cooperate with a select committee investigation on January 6th. Oh yeah, but definitely go ahead and, fully support that fucking clown trial. Acosta continued, times they are a-changin' down in Texas. That's where a bizarre new law all but prohibits abortion. He thinks that his audience, I'm sure there's a couple of hundred people that watch this, are too stupid to know what the fucking law is, but he'll just tell you it's an outright ban on abortion. Don't do any of your own research. I have all the answers. It's actually illegal for you guys to possess the law, but we're the media, and it's different. Something that one of his coworkers said about Hillary Clinton's email leaks from WikiLeaks, and creates a so-called bounty system that allows ordinary people to sue healthcare providers. Yeah, like fucking Crime Stoppers, the tip line. Yeah, it's been around for how long exactly? But this is a brand new thing. And just about everybody who helps a woman get the procedure. Call it abortion. Call it the woman a procedure. Yeah, it's killing a kid in the womb. What, you don't want to say that on TV? Huh? Exactly. You want to be colorful by saying that, oh yeah, Tucker Carlson, yeah, he just spreads bullshit, but, or human shit, I guess, yeah. But dude, people in the media would actually call out Jim Acosta if they didn't know he was already such a clown. Well, let's wrap this up. My God. He added, if you're getting a Handmaid's Tale vibe from this, you're not alone. Yeah, because they also, in Texas, you guys probably didn't hear about this, but they also passed the law at the same time that as soon as a girl gets her period, she immediately gets impregnated. I know it's weird, right? And then you can't get an abortion. Oh, wait, that didn't happen at all? Oh, okay. Right. Fucking dumb. Acosta, or whatever, fucking round-headed cuck concluded, some members of the far right in this country have apparently decided that they will resort to intimidation, rich, and in some cases even violence to get what they want. Oh, okay, just go ahead and replace right with left, and you got something there. They could sweep into power faster than experts thought possible. Sound familiar? Very much so. Sort of like an American Taliban. Oh, this close. Fiery, but mostly peaceful protests. That close. It's starting to look like a combination of theocracy and thugocracy. Oh, I bet you felt fucking really cool by saying that one. I really, coined a phrase there. Probably just, readjusted himself and just, sat a little bit taller in his chair, only to just sink down deeper on that fist that he has affixed to the bottom of it. Leader in the mega ban movement, people Marjorie, Madison, and Tucker, they're not counting on an intelligence failure or a lack of planning on your part. Oh, yeah, okay. Here, yeah, okay, I already see this. I don't really care what the rest of it is, because I already see his fucking plan here. Remember, you have no control over this. It's just these elected officials that are out there using fear and violence, because we've been telling you for like the past 18 months that there's fires out there. Oh yeah, no, we're not going to tell you who's doing it though, because that's an idea and that's a myth. No, there's violence in the streets, and it's all because of these evil right-wingers, and you guys remember January 6th and all the bloodshed that was there, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Now, there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to go ahead and you have to be against this mega ban movement. They want to keep you stupid. They want to keep you in fear, and it's all for fucking ratings, and it doesn't work. It doesn't fucking work. It works on too many people, but their stated outcome of actually getting clicks and ratings doesn't. Everybody just knows that fucking Jim Acosta's a clown. And oh, mega ban, I'm sure that's really gonna fucking catch on. The only thing that should be banned is people with a 70 IQ to have a national television slot. Fuck him and fuck everybody else. But we're actually gonna be talking about dumber people than Jim Acosta, because Justin Trudeau and Aaron O'Toole have quite a double dicking for Canada on the horizon. Ugh. Thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.